everyone hear me? Just want to make sure the music's not too loud. Hi. Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna try and make sure that I got this absolutely perfect this time. So I wanted to so you know, I'm making sure OBS works, and so it goes, okay, start streaming, because that's the only thing I can do. I could have done at the point I was at, and it started streaming 15 minutes early, and I timed it okay, so it wasn't too early, luckily. But yeah, no, so I had it on the waiting screen for a little bit longer than I maybe would have liked, but that's okay. Hi, how's everyone doing on this wonderful Thursday? Yeah, awesome. Okay, I sound good. Nothing too terrible. Apparently, I had a fan on in the back, and that was kind of coming through in the audio, so I hope that's not, I mean, it's off, so it shouldn't be there this time, but it should sound a bit better this time. Hi. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, very. I don't think we could have done it worse. Well, I don't think I could have done it worse than I did the first time, so we're doing at least 100% better this time. Max. Oh, you can't even hear the music. Can you? How's that? Ah, it's because it's fading. Because I'm dumb. Yeah, a bit late. But I did say I'd start at 9, and it is 9 on the dot. So technically, I'm on time. Okay, so. Hoi, if you weren't there for the Discord stream, you wouldn't have seen any of like the the scrapbook of doodles I have, and so I pulled this one out of the pile, and I thought it would be pretty fun if we could do something small and sort of polish it off, get it into a complete finished piece, and just see how long that takes us. I've scheduled out about 3 hours for it at the absolute maximum, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure I can do it in that time, but again, we'll wait and see. Yeah, I'll put the music a little bit up, and then we'll see. Because I'm still sort of messing with the audio mixer, and like I can see visually how it looks, and based on like how the mixes look on Filmora, which is what I use to edit videos, I can only assume how loud it sort of is for you guys. But yeah, that's such an obvious editing thing that's not even make like a cowboy. Oh yeah, it's awesome to have you here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna hopefully be able to do this every week at around this time. I missed last week because I scheduled the first stream awfully, and it was the week before I left to sort of travel up for a couple days north, and I timed it awfully, and then I just sort of had to skip a week, and now I'm back. So it's good to be back. I've actually been looking forward to this since I got back, so about like Monday. Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar with, I don't know, this may not look familiar, but it might. This specific sketch was actually directly ripped from the Dun promotional images. When I was reading the manga, the artist put out a couple of drawings of the main characters wearing these very cool jackets and doing these very like fun poses, and I can't find the one that I was really like sort of the one that like really got to me, but I did manage to find this one, and this is the first main, well, there's two main characters. This is one of the main characters. This is Momo, and yeah, so I was very heavily inspired by just the jackets and also the style of the posing, because at least to me it looked like they were sort of doing basing it around the triangle form or shape. Sorry, excuse me if my terminology is a little bit off. But yeah, no, so when you're drawing like action poses, it's pretty common to sort of draw them triangular in shape. It gives you a very like solid image, solid sort of sense of movement. Triangles can often look very unbalanced as a shape depending on like how you put them on the screen. Like as you can see, like if you had a triangle that was more like solid on the ground here, it would look quite solid and normal. And you actually get that a lot in like sceneries and background images, where you'll get like sort of this, it's a very grounding sort of effect. And then to turn that on its head, if you get a triangle like this and you sort of turn it on the side like that, it can look very unbalanced and like very unstable. And I thought that was really, really cool. So I started playing around with triangles a lot, and that's actually how, if you go onto the Patreon, I've got an art piece there that's just entirely based around triangles, and this was kind of the magnum opus of that whole concept. And yeah. Oh, come on, now the music's too loud. That's is that a bit better? And after I went on such a long rant as well, okay. So, anyway, triangles cool, this was triangles, and then this is also triangles. This was the very start of the triangle phase. And then that's where it ended. But going back to this, we're going to see if we can maybe polish it up a little bit. And yeah. I had this set up for something else I was doing earlier today, so excuse me while I change a bunch of values. There you go. Okay, good. I'm glad the music's better. Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Is it obvious yet? No, wait, no, it would have been obvious from day one. Anyways. We live and we learn. Yeah, it's a pretty sort of like, it's like a biker jacket almost, or at least that's how I've pictured it. The original feels, I mean, the Down version definitely looks like a proper, I don't know, could just be styled that way, but it gives biker jacket to me. So definitely David from Edge Runners is a good one though. God, I did love this jacket. I would wear that in real life if I could. I also give her a bunch of piercings. Don't ask me. That's not canon. That's just of the moment. Hi, hi. Good evening. Lovely to have you here. We are drawing. Big shock. Ooh, Betsy Lee's No Evil. No, I haven't. I have seen Tanya's, Tanya the Evil. I think I actually mentioned it last stream. I hope I didn't. That's that's rough if I've mentioned it twice. The cyberpunk future is closer than you think. If you live far too long. Betsy Lee's No Evil. I was just gonna Google it and then I got distracted. Ooh, artwork looks cool. Is it an anime? It's giving me weird results. Oh, I've got it here now, so I'll look it up afterwards. You recommend it? Clip on earring. What am I procrastinating from? What am I not procrastinating from is the question. Every night I sit down and I do something. And I try to be productive. And today we are not being productive. We are doing something that didn't need to be done, but would be fun to do. And that is why we are here, procrastinating. I'm being very cryptic. It's yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so No Evil's all. Okay, so these must be. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, yeah. Ah, that's awesome. Is it? It looks a bit fantasy-esque. That's a good question. If her piercings would heal over, probably. But I mean, even like piercings that you get now sort of heal over time. Even the old ones. Maybe if you keep them in long enough. Awesome question. Yeah, very Newground style. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Oh, hello. Might be a weird question, but what would be your advice to someone thinking of getting into the history slash world building scene here on YouTube? Do it. If you're already, well, if your friend's already like a history major, they've definitely got the leg up on the competition, because I'm not. But that's awesome. Yeah, no, go for it. I mean, there's absolutely nothing holding you back. If it's something that you want to do and it's something you think you'd enjoy, for sure, go for it. It's just, yeah, advice-wise, pick something fun to talk about and then talk about that for 48 minutes. Donate your kids' shop. Are the dinosaurs still exploding? Oh, forever and always. They're all in the cars now. They run on exploding dinosaur energy. I can't believe you've never heard of this. Common knowledge. Okay, now shh. No one distracted. Ooh, American folklore. Oh, that's awesome. 100% more interested now. That's amazing. I am a sucker for any folklore. I don't know whether to say obviously or not, but that's awesome. You've definitely convinced me. I'll give it a shot. Just out of curiosity, what is it on? Is it on YouTube? It's Tala. Have I been saying Tala? I haven't been saying Tarla. I can't even. It's T-A-L-A. I'm confused myself. I don't know if I want to give her a different expression or not. It's fine. It's fine. Her expression's fine. We'll keep to the original. Hey, free on YouTube. There we go. Ooh, Tala being more Netrunner or solo? Ah, the cool one is solo. But I don't know. It depends on how healthy she is mentally. I think she'd like to be a Netrunner. Part of the group. Part of the ship, part of the crew. No, I haven't seen Cliffside. I haven't seen any of these. Tarla, yeah. They found her in the tar pits. They called her Tarla. Cliffside. Sorry, I'm jumping between topics. Oh my god, I saw that years ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought it was amazing. The art style is adorable. And the Spider Girl was very, very fun. I loved her character design. It's very Little Miss Muffet. By way of the spider. I don't know. Did they ever get past the pilot? Brother Swan and No Evil Judgment are web comics in the same world. Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know what you're talking about. Jack Sparrow, never heard of him. Your hands are squashed, madam. Nope, that's not gonna fix them. Hands, my beloved. I never thought of myself as bad at drawing hands, but every time it either comes super easy to me or it just does not work. I think that's fine. Oh, sorry, I haven't been looking at chat. Oh no, so they didn't make it past pilot. Oh really? I can see the art style. Yeah, it's in the... Okay, so they went on to make murder drones. Oh, that's cool. I have actually seen murder drones. It's very fun. I like a lot of, I like all of it's Glitch, isn't it? Glitch Studios? I love all of their stuff. It's always a romp. Glitch Production is my mistake. Recently their, the Hell one was very, very cool. You know, the Hell one. No. Gaslight District, that was it. Yeah, it's the sequence with the fingers is the important part, and I mean, you kind of have to. But it's still tricky. But yeah, I think I've got it okay. We got that, and we're back to business as usual. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay. Where in the world is Tyler originally from? At the moment, I'm setting it according to the map, which I don't know if I should. I do actually have it on hand. Hang on. I'm showing a lot today. This is the map. I spent far too long remaking it down to island details, which was very fun. And yeah, so technically, you can't see my... No, okay, you can't see that. That's good. Right about there. Maybe there. A little bit over here. That's the general area you're looking at. It's based kind of very North European, which could be considered a little bit of a cop-out, but it is what it is. It's where a lot of the stories sort of has already been based around, so it's not like we can sort of change it to a different area. But yeah, so that's where it is at the moment. And I say at the moment, it's probably not going to change, but we will see. If it does change, I'm gonna cry, but it'll be fine. did I do it? The map? Where in the world? Yeah, no, absolutely. None of them are going to be called like. It's not going to be called like Spain. It's Use modern languages that you're not at all used. Yeah, definitely not Earth. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen a less Earth-like planet on in my life. I'm definitely not using it to model environment. Is agriculture comparable to our world? Yes, yeah, it is. Because if I had to make a whole new biosphere, I think it would add on literal years to the world building process, at least at the speed I'm going. So, yeah, no, we're going to try and stick the environmental world building sort of to as close to Earth as we can, while making a couple of changes to ensure that it isn't just Earth again. Yeah. Animations for Immortal? Way back in the day, I say like 2 years ago, I wanted to make an animatic. I think it was going to be for like the 1,000 subscriber special, but this was like way back when I didn't even have I think 100 or something. Like I was very optimistic. And then yeah, it never really went anywhere. I just didn't have the time for it, which is a pity actually. But probably for the best, since I was working with the first draft of the plot at the time, and stuff's changed. So if I was still working with the original and made an animatic for it, it would have made everything feel a lot more set in stone. And then it would have made it a lot harder to sort of backtrack and say like, hey, things have changed. We reworked the script. Yeah, legalese. Tomatoes and corn and not Africa. Tomatoes and that's hey, you are making some assumptions. They're gonna have potatoes and nothing else in not Africa. And it's gonna be just to make you mad specifically. Whoa. Sorry. No tomatoes and no. Tomatoes. No, I'm not gonna do it. my favorite part of the first arc is when Carla. Oh shoot! What's the meme? I can't think of it. It's you, Tala. You're the immortal. My name was Steve. Shoot, what was it? I'll never remember it now. Now that I want to remember it, I'll never remember it. No, I'm sorry. I was joking about the about the potatoes thing because of the whole South. I'm explaining the joke. It's time to go immortal, and then immortals all over the place. how does one draw shoes? And by extension, how does one draw feet? Throughout history, many have asked this question, but few have returned to tell. And then mobs all over the place. Exactly. Oh. Bye. Have fun. Thanks for coming. Ah. I think I think we're getting a little bit unhinged, guy. I don't think the Stegosaurus was around in the Paleolithic. What's all live action? God damn it. That's amazing. I will make a character say the name of the game or media in all projects I make or am a part of, and that is a direct threat. Oh no, not the war. You're gonna make me learn Warhammer lore, aren't you? Just to make sure I'm not accidentally ripping something off. Perpetual is a cool name, though. I wish I thought of that. Only to find out later it was already part of Warhammer. Okay, you need to be softer so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah. Oof. Why did I pick the worst angle to do shoot? Okay. We're learning, we're learning. We're figuring it out. I don't know, is the Warhammer lore that all-consuming? Don't answer that. Thank you, Anomalosaurus. Anomalocaris, but if you knock on enough doors asking to be the devil, eventually he will answer. And that is the only warning I will give you. Okay. Okay, I have to stop messing with the shoes. It's gonna drive me crazy. As I move on to the next shoe. What do Nikes even look like? What am I even doing? Cool sneakers for women Google search. Converse is what I'm looking for. Which is not what we call them here, but that's okay. it's so different. I'm gonna go insane. I'm failing at the first hurdle. I miss the Norman Empire. Immortala. Any other tribes in the series? Yeah, of course. It's a big world. And we're going to be traveling a lot of it. So there will definitely be a lot of different groups. And we will hopefully meet more than one. Oh no. The next time you see me, I'll be painting Warhammer figurines. Let's see. I'm gonna have to add some more detail to her. Can't just be shorts and a t-shirt. I should be googling what these articles of clothing actually look like far too often, especially with like modern stuff. I try and just make it from nothing, just sort of picture it in my head and go from there. And I can't do that with modern clothes. I can do that with like the animal skins that I'm drawing all the other characters in the comics. Well, in the comic, but I can't do that with like actual real world clothes. Okay. Huzzah! Okay. Huzzah! And now she has shorts. The shirt should be easy. The shirt should be easy though, because it is just... Will there eventually be a World War II parallel? I imagine so, but I hope not. Can I say that? I would much prefer to just do World War I and send Tala to the trenches. Okay. Atlantean-style society with Mesopotamian and Egyptian elements with the technology and magic. You know, I think I got one of those hanging around. Hang on. Prehistoric hyperwall. What's a hyperwall? That sounds incredible and also terrible. World War One is a... I know, right? All the best poetry came out of World War One. So All Quiet on the Western Front, absolute classic. That is not a poem, but it is a book. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Whoa. a modern human. I know, I can't draw them, can you tell? At least not the fashion. I was going to the front line. The Finnish Korean high. What's happening? What kind of wars are you people inventing? Or what wars was I not told about? Let's just give you a nice mesh. Being just because Tala's French, you can't hold it against her. She's not even technically French. Just in the general area. What have I done with it? See, okay. Okay. Oh, can you hear me when I like tap on the screen with the pen? Sorry, I'm seeing it get picked up. That's crazy. Oh, is Tala effectively immune? I'd actually say she'd probably be less immune based on her genetics, and well, no, hang on. She probably would have gotten them over time. It would be really funny if every time she woke up in the modern day, she just died of the common cold and then had to come back. Sorry. There's just no plot line. It's just her dying repeatedly. She probably couldn't beat Goku. I've seen what Goku can do. She could outlive Goku though. So in a war of attrition, she'd be fine. I feel like you guys are slowly trying to like eke spoilers out of me with the most a slow drip feed of questions until I spill everything. I like the idea of the long sleeves. Okay, I think that's I'm not like I'm pulling it off into the corner of the screen. She's fine. Certainly is a hand that people have. uh Yeah, so the whole premise of Tala's character is that she is immortal. That was the whole original concept in a nutshell, yeah. Everything else came afterwards, including her amazing hair. But you didn't hear that from me. Emperor of Mankind? Does she look like does she does, are these the eyes of a killer to you? These blue sketched eyes. I give up, those sure are fingers. There you go. Okay. See, I'm pretty sure that was the original sleeve, but I do not like it there. So we're changing things. But boy, am I suffering for changing things. Okay, no. Biker jacket is not what we're looking for. Maybe? Yeah. No, the ones with collars are pretty cool. Okay, so then she'll have... That would be very cool. The eye on the color. Yeah. The first thing I'd put down when I was setting the sketch up, I actually did it beforehand. I was like, oh, that has to be there. Ooh. The Emperor is a caveman wizard. Cusco? The poison? Specifically for Cusco? Cusco's poison? Sorry, Cusco the Emperor? That Emperor? Okay. Give her... Oh yeah, you can even see the shoulder pads here. Why didn't I put them in? Second round. A little bit more cleaned up. Could still be better, but I think we should move on to the lineups, because we've still got color to do. Hold on a second. It did stop, I'm sorry. I had it set on loop. That's curious. Thanks, YouTube. I am still watching. I should probably mention now, all the music here is courtesy of Airwingmarine. All one word, capital A. Who has very nicely put up all their music on YouTube. So you could absolutely listen to this if you like. And yeah, it's very good. I really enjoy it. It's a good vibe. And it is, I believe, properly copyright free. Why? I appreciate the commitment. To the Stegosaurus. Hi. Oh. Oh, put his name in the description? I absolutely should. 100%. Let me do that now. Hello. I would like to find my tabs, please. Ignore how... Does it glitch out for you when I do that? I'm not gonna check. Oh, wow. Hi! There's 43 of you here. Awesome. Hello. Okay, edit, title and description. Da, 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 da. And yeah, I should do that. I do that with all my main videos. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. I just forgot I'm Airwingmarine. Channel. Ignore that. I think that's the right link. Okay. Okay. Process averted. We'll see. I think I'll just keep cycling through different musicians until we find one that doesn't blacklist the video. Not blacklist, what's the word? Demonetize. And now we can put on the smoother. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting distracted reading the chat. Aztecs and Incas are evidence of advanced stone civilizations. That's a great point, but not one I'm qualified to give any commentary on. So I shall not, which is unfortunate. I keep remembering I have to realign this for the camera. What? We're creating a lot of dinosaur-centric headcanon. think it would be very cool if Tyler found evidence of dinosaurs before anyone knew what dinosaurs were, and proceeded to have an existential crisis about it. I'm having too much fun with that. That's a great point, yeah. Immortality would give you the chance to become an extremely experienced, wise person, assuming your memory was infinite. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's assuming your memory is infinite. I cannot remember anything from, okay, well, no, that's a lie. I remember very small things from when I was like a kid. And you could argue, hey, that's because you were a kid. But then I look at, like, early high school, and I cannot remember a goddamn thing. Or at least not enough to remember, like, the classes I took or anything like that. And I doubt anyone else can either, unless it's something that they ended up going into as, like, a lifelong passion. I am assuming, yeah, I'm generalizing, but that's the thing. It's if your memory is infallible. Nope. If your memory is fallible, then what is the point of immortality? How would it actually benefit you? Would it even feel like starting from a fresh slate at a certain point? It's like, oh, well, I can't remember the last, like, 6 decades, so I guess it's a new me. It'd be an interesting thing to explore, and something I do hope to explore. But we'll see. Again, we'll see. Fully depends on how much of my promises I can deliver. Hopefully all of them. We will see. Oof, yeah. Yeah, 27 and I can't remember anything before 2020. Exactly! It's like... I don't know. My life has changed so much just in the last 5 years. It has changed so much. I've moved so many times. I've gone to so many, like... gone through so many different stages of life. It's crazy what kind of a person I am now compared to then, and how that could affect someone over just immeasurable lifetimes. Maybe too much though. Maybe that is something I can't exactly portray in its fullest form, or do complete justice over with. Eh. You think so? Ah, hi, Senzo. Yeah, it is beautiful because it's limited, but it is terrifying for that exact same reason. But there was this, actually it was a YouTuber who put it in really interesting words that I still kind of think about every now and then. Wait, no, it's gonna get really depressing for a quick minute, I'm sorry. But and I probably won't describe it in a very, I probably won't describe it very well, but it's the idea that life is like going to a party, like a house party, and you go there and you stay there, and at a certain point late into the evening, or even in the morning, the early morning, or however long the party lasts, all the people that you knew at the party have slowly filtered out, and you realize that there's no one there that you know, and you're in this conversation with a person or people that you don't know, and it's like, oh, it's time to go. And it's not because of anything it's not because of anything internal, it's just the world around you has changed, and the people have changed, and it's not the world you grew up in, or the world that you knew. And at least that's how I interpreted it. It's this idea of just, it's finished, and it finished slowly, and it sort of just ebbed away over time, and now it's all new people. And I'm sorry if that's really depressing. We can change topics now. It's just, it was really well described. I need to find the YouTuber who told me that. Well, put that in his video. Shit. Wow, you all have really great points. That's a good question, isn't it? Would she still consider herself human if she was immortal? Maybe. Maybe not. Jacob Sharp, that was the guy. Very, very fun videos. Very cool guy. I highly recommend them. Yeah, Jacob Sharp. A bigger YouTuber than me, but I'm still gonna shout him. Yeah. The inevitable end of all but me. YouTube story about a giant lizard who's immortal. That sounds cool. Cool. Oh, SCP-682. That's cool. I've always wanted, like, I always wanted to get into SCPs. And I don't know. Yeah. Mm. You guys are all coming up with really good ideas. Smells can trigger memory. Yeah, no, definitely. It's I think one of the more powerful nostalgic senses or something. Like more powerful than memory. At least that's how I believe I heard it. That's very cool, yeah. Yeah, SCP is... Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's maybe what scared me off from it. It really is. It's huge. And you would get people sort of like saying like, oh yeah, you know, SCP-123 and SCP like 877. And it's like, okay. I have a hard time remembering the names of things, in case you haven't noticed that throughout like every video where I haven't had a script. But yeah, I can't do that where it's like someone's like just sort of off the top of their head remembers half the SCPs, and I can't do that. It's not something I could ever do. That's cool. SCP-682 experiencing the heat death of the universe. That's cool. Yeah, it's always those sorts of like the end of everything kind of stories. It's another one like those are kind of the stories I almost can't read in a way, where it's also the Fallout nuclear apocalypse ones especially. There was for a little while it was definitely just like when I was still like back on TikTok, like at the beginning of the yearish, there was stuff going around, these like clips of like this old couple. It was an animated, I believe it was a short film, and I have no idea what the name of the short film was, so if you know, please tell me. But it was just this elderly couple slowly succumbing to nuclear radiation without knowing what it was and knowing that that was even happening and still waiting for like rescue to come. And it was such a shock every time to see it, and like I knew what it was and I didn't want to watch it, and I was like, no, please. I would see like 3 seconds of it at a time as I like tried to escape it through the algorithm, and it just kept showing. I think that's one of the reasons I stopped going on TikTok. Yeah, the short film. When the Wind Comes. Oh god. Oh no, now I know it. Now I know the title. Yeah, it's not quite. It doesn't look it. When the Wind Comes. When the Wind Comes. What are we listening to? This is not copyright safe music. Hello? The dangers of YouTube. I swear I had it on loop. I do like Caravan Palace though. That was a good song. Something to improve for next week. Figure out how how to play music without bombing the channel. Let's try this one. It's a bit of a shorter one. Let's also put you on loop and pray that you work. When the Wind Blows. Okay. Ah, it's too many tabs. Never thought I'd say it. Loads. Did you say that originally and I missed it? Yep, there it is. Yeah, no, tragic. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, I can't even look at the screenshots. Okay. Back to this. Oh, 89 seconds for the doomsday clock? Yeah. Post-nuclear, then zombie apocalypse Tyler. I'm warning you, I'll do it. I will draw zombie apocalypse Tyler. You can't stop me. As much as I hate the concept of apocalypses, like real world apocalypses, I love zombie apocalypses. They do give me nightmares, but I love them for that. Don't ask me where the logic is. There we go. Is punk put on anything now? Solar power punk. There was solar punk. The only thing I know about solar punk is that it looks really cool in concept. But the only thing I've seen, like, that looks cool was that ad for, I think it was vegan milk? Vegan yogurt? Plant-based yogurt? And the whole thing was like, oh, it's a beautiful solar punk world. Except for this non-reusable plastic container that our product comes in that everyone uses. Except everything else is like safe and reusable and recyclable, and because it's solar punk. Whoa, Project Zomboid? I would love to play Project Zomboid. I know I will never be able to. I know I will not. It will stress me out so badly. I will not be able to play it. I will cry. I will throw up. It will be too scary for me. I'm still standing. Okay, okay. Good music, though. This is controversial, but they're gonna cancel me for this. But I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't even want to make the joke. That's cool. Ishida Solarpunk. Yeah. Project Zomboid, that's the thing. I might have talked about this before. I might have just like thought about it extensively and then not talked about it. But I want a base builder zombie game. But like not like Project Zomboid, where it's like I know you can like build bunker down in like a house and you can sort of like make a garden and stuff, and it's like you can sort of find your way to becoming like sustainable and like live longer. I want like, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what kind of a game to call it. It's not Stardew, but that's the closest I can sort of say about it. It was like, okay, you know The Walking Dead, like the series. I don't know if any of you have seen season 4. It's not my favorite season by a long shot, but I really liked how they found a prison and it was flooded with zombies, and then they sort of like block by block cleared it of the zombies, and then they sort of like started living in the blocks they cleared out, and they started with like the yard and the very outside and the back, and then by season 5, I'm spoilers I guess, but it's an old show and it's not major spoilers, but like by season 5 they had like this community and they had this garden and like farmland that they'd turned the back, like the yard into, and it's great, it's awesome. I want a game like that, and it's like every character that like you find in the wasteland becomes like someone you can recruit into it, and then they all have like names and backstories and personality traits, and then you can also sort of like have the Stardew-esque sort of like dateable system. That's what I want, and I don't think I've ever been able to find anything close to it. A zombie apocalypse, I've looked into the Minecraft mods, like zombie apocalypses. Close, but not quite, because then I have to like find people, like actual people, and do multiplayer, and I can't do that. Yeah, this war of mine. Except it can kind of go on forever. Like, in my head, the perfect game is RimWorld with, like, 3D, like, open world features. That's my favorite. Like, that's something I could 1000% get behind. Zombie cottagecore. Yeah, like, I love the idea of, like, finding optimism in a hopeless world, and that's kind of what the zombie apocalypse is always framed as. It's hopeless. And that's kind of what I didn't like about the later seasons of The Walking Dead, where it's like it was just so hopeless all the time, and the best you could ever hope for as like a positive outcome is like maybe not everyone dies, and and that's like I got bored of that eventually, because it's like, okay, well, I can't root for anyone because they'll probably all be dead soon. And the best we can hope for a win here is that they murder whoever's the next bad guy that comes along. Like, it became a little bit predictable in that way. But yeah, no, it's like that's the zombie apocalypse. I don't know where you can sort of go other than rebuild. And that's also, I like that about the Sherbet. The names. I can't. The one on After Us? That's a different video game. The Rockstar game. No, not the Rockstar game. The Last of Us, thank you. I'm so bad at names. But yeah, no, so The Last of Us was really cool in that sense, where they give you a time skip and they're like, hey, it's all awful and it won't be as good as it was before, but we've rebuilt some of what was left. And they did that as well, even more so in the sequel game, and I suppose in the second season. I haven't seen the second season of the show. I did see the first season. I really loved it. Um, um, but yeah, no, it's the sort of like after everything, and there's still hope, and you can still rebuild, even if it's in these small ways. You can still make relationships, and you can still be with people, and ultimately the reason for living hasn't been lost entirely just because you've lost, you know, the grand scope of civilization. That's kind of what I like about it, but I don't know. Like I said, Walking Dead lost it in the last few seasons. I need to watch more zombie media. Because, you know, there's just not enough of it out there. Listen, I've tried, and there used to be a RimWorld zombie mod, and it was really cool, but it's very out of date now. I think it was like for version 1.4 or 1.3, and we're on, I think, about like 1.7, no, 2 point something now. That's not true, but yeah, it's a lot harder now. You have to, I'm sure there's a way to do it if you get like 10 mods or so sort of working in tandem, but I haven't been able to sort of figure it out myself, so no more RimWorld zombie for me. Yeah, that's the thing. It's why I liked Cyberpunk as well, where it was just, hey, at the time when I really got into it, and when like Cyberpunk 2077 came out, I sort of like, I played the game and I saw what the world was like, and it was kind of like, hey, I think this might be the most realistic depiction of where we might be heading. And I got really into it kind of because of that, but also it's such a cool style. And obviously a lot of it isn't probably going to come true. Like implants and stuff, I think, are going to be a pretty long shot and definitely not as accessible as... Anyway, I'm rambling about a fiction series. But yeah, it's that idea of like, hey, things will be bad, but there will always be stuff worth fighting for. And it's that little kernel of hope, I think, in sort of apocalypse stories and apocalypse, or even like, not apocalypse, dystopias. I think that's the most incredible thing about those sorts of types of media. Yeah, the anime got it so good. Like, it was really funny to see it as someone who was already sort of in the 2077 like fandom, because it was you could visually, like on a graph, you could track the fandom from when the anime came out, like versus like before versus after. It was so much more like it brought so many new people in, and it was so good. It was so well written. It was incredible. They really put everything into it, and it also really got me into the animation studio. Don't ask me what their names are. But they also made Dungeon Meshi later on, therefore cementing themselves as my #1 favorite anime studio. It really did, yeah. Edgerunners really revived the game to a very cool extent. And I actually think it's amazing that they even announced that they were getting a sequel, because I never thought in a million years that would happen. And yet here we are, in this wonderful future where we have a unnamed, tentatively announced... It's probably not going to come out, I'm going to be honest, but maybe. We can be optimistic. Kernel of hope in a dystopia. The song from Edgerunners, it's... oh... I can't... I love it so much, but I could never listen to it in my rotation. It just... it's so good, but it's so sad. Will there be any Immortal merch in the near far future? Okay. No. Not until... or if an official comic gets cemented, or something long running comes up, I wouldn't want to sell any form of merch without an actual real product for the merch to be about. Like, I know I draw a lot of like art of just like Tala, I know I do a lot of you know, the promotional stuff like this, but I short of putting it on the Patreon, I wouldn't want to ask anyone to pay for something for a thing that doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2, more bugs galore. I hope so. I hope it is just as bad. No, I'm kidding. I played that game on day 1, and okay, day 4, but I wish I had waited until at least most of the bugs had gotten fixed, because I spoiled all the plot for myself while the game still had so many bugs and just didn't feel like a complete experience. And now it does, like, far more so, and there's so much of like the new updates and stuff I'll never get to, even though I keep restarting and replaying the game. I get kind of like, the furthest I've gotten in a replay is like midway, because it's just I've been here before. And it sucks because I keep starting new. I have so many saves and so many different V's, because I love the game. It's just replaying it, I sort of get like, I don't know, I get not bored. It's definitely not boredom. It's just, it's like, okay, maybe it's boredom. I've played the beginning too many times. I've ruined the game for myself. I've done you backwards, haven't I? No, I haven't. I've done you forwards. Is the summer discussion? The Great War? Nah, I gonna be honest, I just picked a pattern. Not really much of anything. Nope, that's not how you draw a circle. Well, it looks awful. Freehand, anyone can do it. It all looks terrible. Oh, assuming she's allosexual romantic, does Tala bother to enter into relationships, or is the comparative impermanence of it too upsetting for her? Honestly, I've been asking myself the same for a long time now. I'm not the best at writing romantic relationships. And I'm very self-conscious about it. Especially when I try to write anything like that. So it is curious. I don't even know if she'll be allosexual, but she'll be something. And what matters is that she lives to see another day. I don't know. It's a long topic, and not one I have fully developed a complete understanding of. Because I don't know. Long answer. Oh, that's so cool. Phoenix Star, that's awesome. cool coincidence. It's so cool how many people sort of like in comments, especially like in like the early days with like the first few videos, were like we're saying like, oh yeah, no, I'm also doing something sort of set in like the Stone Age, like the Paleolithic or the Neolithic, and that's really cool. I think that's amazing. I didn't know it was something that a lot of people, or at least it feels dumb to say because the world is a very big place, but I did not think I would see anyone say, hey, I was working on like also something Stone Age. Or yeah, no, it's very cool. Again, feels dumb to say, the world is a huge place. You should always expect at least one type of everything. Hand holding is hard to write. It's so hard to write. No matter how many slice of life shows you watch. Like, I am about to finish watching Heredia, if anyone's heard of it. And it's this beautiful romance slice of life anime. Well, manga and then an anime. And it's... I have no clue how they can write such beautiful, realistic relationships. It is very, very hard to do. You see like huge, big blockbuster movies fail time and time again to try and get that right. Just to like punch the very dead horse that is Hollywood romance. But yeah, no, it's really incredible. I am so fascinated with it. I want to know how you can write something like that without pulling directly from your own life experiences. Planet Axolotl, is there a Discord? Yes, there is a Discord. It is unfortunately only available to my Patreons, patrons on Patreon, but you can get access to it for $1 a month, if that is something you are willing to do, if you have, if that's something you really want to do. It's a fun time, it's a fun place. But yeah, no pressure. I don't know how to promote myself in the slightest. It's, can you tell? Just because it's easy. Damn, I didn't think of that. Oh, it's also clear. What? Yeah. Just sorry, I won't out you. Hang on, I'm gonna look up jeans again. Cheers. Thanks for coming. Awesome to have you. I've given a very thick sort of turn-ups on the shorts, but it's fine. No, do you look right? Sort of, kind of, if you squint. What age is Tala physiologically? I believe she's 17. And yes, I did that on purpose. She's either 17 or 19, I can't remember. If it's the first one, it's on purpose. That's all I can say. Yep, okay, I put her as 19 and her brother is 17. Damn. Glad I changed that. You see, I have to write every single thing down, or else I will immediately forget it. There's been so many different iterations, and I get confused sometimes. Oh, great question. Did you write Cycle or was that mostly Vincent? That was mostly Vincent. I helped with the English translation. Oh, really? That's awesome. I'm glad you think the romantic relationships were very well done. Still waiting on episode 25. Me too. It's very cool. It's very fun working with, I don't know, the written medium. It's very cool. I definitely would have become a writer if I hadn't gotten into art as much as I have. But yeah, no, it's yeah. So Vincent worked on pretty much the majority of the world building and the character building, and I sort of just pitched in to do the English translations. And that is something we should have said from the very beginning, because I worry that the way we sort of phrased it, at least in the announcement on on the Discord, and also I think on the description and stuff itself, makes it sound like I had a bigger hand in it than I actually did. So yeah, a little bit embarrassing to say, but yeah. Cycle is a ebook that you can read on Tapas if you like. It's linked under most of the more of the newer long form videos that we have, and it is a quote-unquote collaboration work between Vincent and myself, and Vincent helps edit the videos. So he helped edit the videos and I helped to edit Cycle. Oh yeah, of course. Just because she's physiologically 19, that doesn't mean her brain stops developing at all. I suppose you could have the argument that, like, if physiologically you're... I keep saying it and I can't say it. The brain doesn't stop developing until 25, and there's, like, the whole argument you could make around that. But I mean, she's gone through puberty. Her hormones should be like fairly stable by this point in her life, so she shouldn't be super affected by her her physiological. I can't. Okay. It shouldn't affect her too bad. At least that's the way I see it. And of course, it would be really boring if that was the case and she just remained mentally 19 forever. It would kind of diminish her character development in a big way, I imagine. Or even if it's impacted it in a small way, it would still be rather disappointing. That's a good point too. Considering how hard life was back then, she probably grew up a lot faster mentally too. Yes, definitely. Which is a pity, because I definitely have and want to write a very bright-eyed, younger, innocent version of Tala. And there is perhaps still a way I can do it while having her recognize the dangers of the world she's in and how rough things are, and not have her be completely ignorant to the ways of her world, while simultaneously still giving her that lack of experience. But she is 19, which is basically middle-aged for the life expectancy of the time. So yeah, it is something that I'm sort of balancing on a tightrope for now, until I can kind of get it one way or the other. Um, Ooh, because her brain is still developing for thousands of years, she's basically Einstein times 20 by now. I mean, does the brain keep developing over time, or is there maybe a point where it starts deteriorating? Because I know what Facebook is, and I would tell you one argument that maybe would disagree with your point. Let's see. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so high infant mortality was a huge issue. I make the joke about middle age, but it is, she would, in theory, be considered an adult, just based on the fact that she's the height of an adult. She can pull her own weight in the band. She can do everything an adult can do. So what I've done essentially, and you can sort of see it in sort of the short comic I showed a little while back on the Patreon. I'm sorry if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So the immaturity comes more from the culture she's been born into, and sort of the rules around what is considered adulthood and what isn't considered adulthood. And she is lagging a little bit behind her age group for an assortment of reasons. And now I'm telling you too much, so I will be quiet. Yeah, exactly. 19 is still, 19 is it drinking age? It is. It's drinking age here. 19? 18 is drinking. 19 you can drink, 18 you can also drink. I don't know. we do the European. Sorry. I swear I know the law in my own country. It's fine. I don't think she'd worry about that, especially if she doesn't know what a brain cell is or that it can be depleted. I don't think science has progressed that far in the Paleolithic. Oh yeah, 19 is too young in some places. In other places, it's just fine. Oh, we're back to the shoe. Ooh, how far off is the comic from starting, by the way? Unfortunately, it is fairly far off. And I say that because just the state that I'm at now, it's still a solo project. It's still sort of myself juggling a full-time job on top of making YouTube videos, on top of doing the comic as well. And at least with the short comic that I'm still working on, even though I hoped to have it out in December of last year, it's not a very good sign. So I really am sorry to disappoint you, and I know it feels very odd to have me say that, but I want to be honest about it. It sucks, but I can't sit here and promise, oh, it'll be out anytime soon now, any day, if that's just not the case at all. So I am sorry. It sucks to hear, it sucks to tell, but yeah, for now it is a plan that I hope to achieve in some form or another, whether that be through standing outside an agency's door and screaming, please, 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 until they let me in, or, I don't know, crowdfunding it, which is the less appealing of the two options. I don't want to ask for any more money from the average person than I have to. And even then, if you say have to, I think my have to is none. So I'm rambling. Sorry. It's something I've been thinking about a lot, if it wasn't obvious. You're allowed to drink at 14 in Germany? Hell yeah. I know many people who would have loved to have been raised in Germany in that case. Oh, thanks. Yeah. You guys are far too nice. Oh, that's a good question as well. Beer. When was it invented? Depends on who you asked. And I'm lying. I don't know the dates off the top of my head. But I know there's supposedly a very large gap in time, and I think the whole Paleolithic, where beer wasn't a thing, which sucks. And I'm sure there was something else that they could have replaced it with, whether it be licking toads or herbal remedies. But I don't know. So I might make up something fantasy style and then just sort of go with that to avoid pain. Oh wow, that's a crazy question. Sorry, not to judge. Since human ovaries, can I say this? Yes, probably. But since human ovaries have a limited amount of eggs, is there a point where Tala can no longer get pregnant? Yeah, probably. How many? My Google searches. Okay, skipping past the AI overview, it looks like 300,000 to 400,000. So 12 per year. Don't make me do math. No. Why am I doing the math for this? Let's just say it won't matter. We can suspend our disbelief for this one thing. Well, that's the thing. It's interesting what like mammals in general do to get intoxicated. You look at the dolphin that purposefully poison they purposefully poison themselves on pufferfish because they produce a neurotoxin, and then they essentially get you know they experience intoxication through the neurotoxins produced by pufferfish, and that's crazy. So it depends on the lengths people would go to in order to not have to be all there anymore. Oh, I left this alone. Talked such a big game about it being so important to the design and then just skipped it entirely. Why are you so big? I haven't shrunk you down yet. I am, of course, talking to the erase tool. That's the thing, yeah. If there's one thing I trust humanity to do, it's get drunk ASAP. Like, yeah. I fully agree with you, yeah. That feels very on brand for us. Let's see, what else am I missing? It's a fairly simplistic picture design. The thing is that I can't keep showing you the other one, but with a lot of these, I actually end up going through way too many rough sketches and then I just keep going and going and going until I like it. And with this, I've only done one. Well, two. And with the original sketch, I wasn't really going for anatomical accuracy. And so you could argue that the very bones of it are a little bit squat. I still think it looks decent. Especially here. But like I said, the simplicity is because it was never intended to be a polished piece. And yet I've done it anyways. More fool me. But here we are. Not sure where it was said, but there's a quote that goes along the lines that every culture invented some form of bread and beer. Yeah. I think dumplings is also one of those, but Yes. I mean, it's not part of the quote, but... Does Tala physically age slowly, or did she reach a certain age and then just stop getting older? That is a question that will create spoilers, so I shall leave it for now. Okay, here we go. Are we done? Have we done the line art? Are we okay? Are we finished? I'm asking myself, it's fine. And no, we're not. Yep, this was a terrible angle to draw shoes at, but it's okay, we're not gonna question it in the slightest. It's fine. Oh, yeah, so did you graduate in a course related to art or one related to history? I did graduate in a art related course, so I went full on into art for a while. And then I wanted to sort of write a story set very far into the past. And I sort of kind of just stumbled into learning about history, and it's been very cool and very fun, but I am not qualified in it, which is unfortunate. Because I wouldn't mind being so, but it's, yeah. Again, in the interest of full honesty. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Okay. Now we're done. Okay. Now, time for a little trick. Ha! I know, amazing, right? Nope. That's color. There we go. As cool as it is to see you guys speculating about Tala's, the exact nature of Tala's immortality, and I know it's kind of the only thing you can speculate about at this time, is okay. You'll find out. Who even needs to know all the lore? Have you seen the new FNAF game? Lore isn't everything. Oh, that's so mean. I feel bad saying that, actually. That's terrible of me. I felt so bad about the Mimic song when it came out. It really did just take everything, like all the wind out of the sails of the new game. Oh, this is Tala. She is very cool, and she wears a windbreaker. For this picture and never again. Actually kept that, that was neat. Nah. Sorry, getting very distracted. Okay. Let's try and make this a little bit more interesting and give her more pop punk covers. Damn you. My own inability to close a single line. Still on the lo-fi playlist, just checking. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Hey, I never said she was watching her brother's line through the generations. How could you? I'm not even gonna joke about that. Sorry. Pretend I didn't say anything. Need to put you over there. Yeah, there we go. It's such a good art style until you have to color things in. You think so? Dark hair Tala? got a little bit of a oh no, it's another name I can't remember. Original Alien movie, the main character. She has such a distinctive name, I can't believe I've forgotten it. You know. Let's get that dark blue. It's not dark blue, but it's good. You're doing fine. I never realized how much I worked exactly in the bottom right corner until I had to actively start putting things in the center. Whoa, things look way different to the second one, so that's not good. Color theory? Never heard of it. Ooh, wait. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah? How did I come up with the name Tala? I made a short about this. I thought about the name Talia. Yes? No? Yes? No, different name. I thought of the name Talia, something that wasn't Talia. I thought of a name, found out it was a Batman character, and now her name is Tala. Instead of the other one. It's hard to find names, like... It's hard to get fantasy names, because they have to sound like actual names, but they can't sound like normal English names. And then they also can't accidentally be real names from other cultures. So it is tricky. But it's... I'm not going to pretend to be a genius. It's 4 letters. Actually, for a long time I was worried it sounded a bit dumb. Alright, there you are. Actually, I like that. That's quite cool. Hey! Welcome to the alleyway. Wait, color conspiracy. Color theory? Never heard of it. We're gonna randomize everything, and then we're going to narrow it down into something that actually looks nice. Because Tala's eyes are pink-ish. Nope. Why are we not expanding? No, it's because it has to be a baseline. That's quite cool. We're turning off the smooth effect because I always leave it on when I do the coloring and the shading, and then I wonder why it's so unwieldy. Hmm. Oh, what application is this? This is Photoshop. If you're asking how I'm getting all the color stuff done, I'm using shortcuts. Sorry, actions, that's what they're called. It's basically just a series of little steps just to make things a bit simpler. So here it's the expand and fill, where you just select an area and then fills it with a color, expand and fill. I'm not brave enough to give her blue teeth, clearly. Hmm. Sorry, this is looking a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Oh well. Oh shoot, can you hear the rain? From my side. it just started raining 2 minutes ago. No, I'm not a Simpsons character. You're absolutely right though. I'm glad I changed it. She's so much better as a salmon. Color theory is my passion. I'm gonna have to just put this all into one color and then start from scratch on top. Digital art is my passion. Oh. The hell of a sunburn. There we go. Finally. Okay, we're gonna go for pink and yellow because that's a fairly safe option. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
It's in good dad. I'm dead on my end.
Hi, sorry, okay. OBS died on my side. Yeah, the storm got me. Yeah, it is, we had a bit of a sudden downpour a couple minutes ago. Why are you on the same layer? Okay. I forgot about the shoes. Yeah, okay, so everything's fine on my side, everyone's okay. Oh, I'm being shown a very delayed little mini on mine. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Tips on the hair. Lots of curls, lots of curves. Hello? Oh, right. I forgot. There we are. I don't tend to complete the line work, at least in the ends of the curls. I find it makes it look lighter, it gives it a little bit of a feathery effect. It's an absolute pain when you're coloring in, but it's very pretty, so it's worth it. At least that's how I like to do it. Hope that helps. Lots of bounce. OMG, she's blonde. OMG is what you said. I don't know what I said. There we go. Also, one of the things I'm procrastinating on is making a nice waiting and end screen for this, for the streams. I should be doing it, but I'm not doing it now. And therefore we are procrastinating. And I say we to make it a group effort, so I don't feel so bad. Oh no, I mean, hey, if I can do it, anyone can. Not to be too self-demeaning. That's awesome. Yeah, go for it. I'm sure you'll be amazing. I'm sure you're much better than you think you are. And that is the only art advice I think I'm willing to give. I'm experienced enough to give. Yeah. Now she's pink. And now we change it so she's no longer pink. I'm still gonna try and make it work. By God, I am. It takes away from the color, like the whole point of it being stylized. Hello? Oh, you are on the same way. That looks cool though. We're learning. Still not my favorite. Hey, that's okay. We can all procrastinate together. One can just draw the end card for the next stream, but one shall not. Especially not if it's got this kind of color going on. Damn it! What even am I doing? It's not pop punk. It would be... No, it is sort of pop punk. I've done it. I've given in. I'm looking up swatches. Yeah. Okay. Pop art. Yeah. See, that's what I was going for something, sure. More or less. Okay, so then that's got to be less intense. Let's see if that works better. Please, the shoes. Yes, they are. Ah, or I could make a skin blue. No, that's definitely not good. Only an hour left. I'm still messing with colors. It's fine. It'll be fine. A little bit more fun. Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah. I made the shirt light blue. Can certainly try. It does sort of look like it's part of the jacket now, but I do like that it's lightened the image up. Ah, why are all my pens? Who did that? Surely not me. Oh, do I draw with a mouse or a tablet? Tablet. No. I'm not doing it with a mouse and MS Paint. blue. Better. Could still be better. What if I tweaked you a little bit? Yeah. Nope. Nope. Okay. I'm glad you love the colors in this. I'm struggling. And then let's not make the background. Let's make it green. Nope. Let's make it blue. And ourselves a nice triangle to work with. I could go I could go with a completely different color scheme and turn it into the YouTube play button. Nah. I've come so far already, I can't change the colors again. Me when I'm Mr. Cool Sky. Is this like 90s Tala? It's Tala in a cool jacket was the original concept. In the Dantadon jacket was the original concept. But now it's just whatever works. Yes. Aha. Ah, that's too similar. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it is kind of like it's the pink and the blue and the it's the pastel. Is it pastel? The blue's pastel. Maybe the yellow too. Yeah, that's fine. That's a bit bright. She also kind of looks a bit like Lars with the with the hair and the eyes and the skin color now. That also could be could be it, yeah. For someone who is not waiting with bated breath for Lars and Stars, I sure am. Doing a lot of fangirl behavior. Ah, okay. I do keep seeing posts about it on Tumblr, which should tell you more about myself than anything else I've said this evening. It's giving Cartoon Network circa 2016. Oh no. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's all coming together. Too dark. Just enough. In the yellow color. Ah, the Voltec logo? Isn't that just a gear? I can't wait for season 2 of the Fallout, the series. God, it's so good. Oh, it does look like Vol. Oh, that's unfortunate. That looks a lot like Voltec. I'll just pretend we didn't see that. Uh-oh. Pretty modern era clothing, I'd say. 2016 was in fact 9 years ago. It's been 9 years since everything just went terribly wrong. Haha, wink wink, nudge nudge. Topical reference, topical reference. Yeah, let's give you purple. Okay, this is the way I've kind of been doing shading just since about the beginning of this year. Now I always forget if I do it in a solid brush or in a texture brush. And I'm pretty sure I do it in a solid brush. No, wait, hang on, where's the light coming from? First rule of art and I'm already screwing it up. Yeah. I should be doing that. Nope. Okay. Ah, there we go. 2012 was 50 years ago, damn! How are you gonna feel when one day that's true, though? Yeah, I was aiming for a color scheme to start with, but sometimes we end with what we end with. And to give her nice little highlights under the eyes, under the irises. Ooh, I should make them. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay. And I'm... Hello? Yes, I'm aware. Apparently I'm not aware. Are you gonna do it again if I touch the screen? Okay, there we go. I'm having fun. I love Photoshop. Hello? Brush? Ah, the hand's not working. Hang on, give it a second. It'll buffer. Usually the trick is that I just need to save it. $10,000 BC was 12. Hey. I mean, it's not wrong. Ah, it keeps doing that every time I change tabs. Well, not tabs. Windows. Which I should maybe stop doing now that I think about it. Okay, are you gonna save, you bastard? Hello? This is a bit concerning. I'm gonna have to change OBS back to the waiting screen if it crashes on me. Not because I have a lot of... Hello? This has literally never happened before. The stream is cursed. Give me a second. Just act like you don't care. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. No, it's fine, guys. We'll just go do that other thing we had planned anyways. Yeah. No, it doesn't even matter. Jeez, that is concerning. Sorry, no. Who cares? Yeah. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, can you hear me? The screen has not changed, but I have added my voice to the waiting screen, just to give you an update. So, okay, so I thought at first OBS was using up 95% of my memory. Turns out it's not. It's Photoshop hiding way back down in the task manager, eating up 7,000 megabytes. Which is fun. Let's see. Okay. See if I can go to details. I just need to know if it's saved or not, and then I can shut it all down. And if it didn't, you don't want to know the last time I saved. Because I don't think I have the save. Dumb, I know, rookie mistake. It's just you never think it's going to happen until it happens, you know? But it's going to be fine, and we're all going to be mature about it. And I'm not physically strong enough to throw my PC through the window, so we're all safe there. Miss Paint Tala. We're gonna have to resort to it. I can't wait for the stream to start. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's another thing I need to do. Make a different screen to cut to instead of just the stream starting soon. Okay. Hello, what are we doing? Things look like they're happening. No, they're not. I'm lying. Okay. How active is the Discord? Fairly active. I mean, everyone's pretty gung-ho. Everyone's very cool. Very active, very chill. I'm not on it as much as I'd like to be, unfortunately. But yeah, all the people who are on it, very, very cool people. And I don't say that just because they're the patrons. Yeah, Photoshop said no. We're working it out. Well, I'm working it out. This is the worst thing to happen in the history of forever. Honestly, how could they do just because I had the map open in one window and the illustration in the other? That shouldn't have been in. That map is such a huge file. Why didn't I close it? God, it's mad. Yeah, the drawing will always be in our hearts and the recorded video. We have to end the stream a half hour early because Photoshop died. Okay, I'm taking the leap of faith. We're gonna close Photoshop and then we'll know how screwed we are. And then next time I'll come back. It's every week I'm gonna come back and fix one more thing that goes wrong in the thing that went wrong in the last stream. End task. Oh. Can you still hear me? The whole computer froze. Oh! Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Why just barely? Am I too quiet or is the music too loud? Haven't changed it, I swear. Okay. Ah, okay. Let's try this again, shall we? That's wild. I am not exaggerating when I say I have never had a crash that bad on this computer. And I've had it for over a year now. Sure. Sure, where is it? Oh good, it recovered the PNG of Catfight. Ah, okay. Hey! Okay! Okay, I don't need the map. The map can go. Ah, thank God. Okay. Don't worry, guys. It saved the PNG file. of the... It's fine. But we did recover Tala. Thank God. And I think her colors are all intact. Which is fantastic. Okay. Whew. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I thought it wasn't using too much. It says because it gives you like a rundown of it's using 2% of my CPU at the moment, so I figured it was safe. But yeah, Photoshop is a hefty beast on a good day. Okay. See, and then put that. Nope, I lied. We put that over there. Yes. Okay. Put that over there. Very bad at hiding trade secrets. Okay. Oh, are you all good? I'm good. My life wasn't flashing before my eyes just then. Okay, and we're back to color, and we get to put her in the blue box again. Yeah. Should I save? Surely this will not happen again. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. There you go. I can save up there. And save. There we go. We're safe. That was quite dramatic, wasn't it? I am expecting at least one thing to go terribly wrong in every stream, though. So, you know, we're 2 for 2. I can't wait to see what the next one brings. There we go. I actually quite like the green. But it might be distracting. But I also think if I change it, it's gonna no longer match up with color. Oof. I look at it on the top monitor, and it's not really calibrated for color, but it is still a little disturbing how much more burned she looks in the top monitor compared to the bottom. Okay. No, that's... Nah, I think green might be the best one. Or... we did have white before. That wasn't too bad. Could have it... That's quite nice. A little bit more subtle. I have it off in the corner again, don't I? Oh no, yeah. Computer troubles are genuinely just the worst kind of trouble. Especially just like, you can lose everything. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy, like, how prolific, like, of course it makes sense, you know, it's digital, everything's faster, everything's better, you can send it to people millions of miles away through the digital landscape. But also, like, if I were drawing on paper, this would not be an issue. In the slightest. It would not... We would not have half of my program. Like, the shading wouldn't be gone, it would still be there. It's paper. Or painting, or what. Crazy that this is a thing that we have to deal with. Crazy that Photoshop doesn't autosave, actually. I know why, it's too intensive of a process to go through every couple seconds, but I'd wait. Just give me like a little heads up. I'm lying, I would not wait. I'm the most impatient person. Okay. There we go. We have half an hour left. What was that about me being done in 3 hours that I said at the very beginning of this? Tell me about it. Yeah. I've had people make fun of me for... Because my channel name is just my name. Without the I in Smith. It is awkward. You get used to it. I'm sure you do one day. And now it makes sense that you're too big. Why were you too big? Okay. Bye, Real Malcontent. Awesome having you here. Okay, let me check back in with live stream is not receiving enough video. Okay, is that now or before? We've had multiple things go wrong in this stream, actually, now that I think about it. It's fine. It's okay. I think it's a good time to start winding down anyways. I think 3 hours is maybe my limit. Not that you guys aren't all incredible, I just... It is quite late in the night for me. I could technically stream earlier. But... I don't know. Depends on how many of you guys are out and about. How does one tell the difference between a white South African accent and an Aussie accent? Well, typically Aussies don't stumble over the Aussie. I don't know. Honestly, I can hear the difference, and typically when people like mimic it, they sort of get it right. I suppose... I don't know. I have no clue. I cannot tell you. I'm too deep into it, you see. And there's something, yeah! I love that. That was the that was the intention. I'm so glad. It's no, I always meant it to be read as like Hannah something. But then people who knew me in real life were like, it's just your name. Damn, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, that's so good. I love that. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that worked. It's like I'm also not confident in my puns. Clearly. Woo! Oh, Smith is in Will Smith? That's so cool. I shouldn't have said anything. People had their own headcanons for what? for why I was called that. Ah, damn. I've ruined it. Ah! Okay. No, not Will Smith. There's two. Listen, Smith is a very, very, very common last name, okay? How many Smiths do you know in your life? I guarantee you it's at least one. Please prove, please say there's at least one. Please. That's cool. And then the green reflects into the background. That's nice. Okay. I like that. I like how a lot of art is just built around repeating motifs. You get music, you get the lead motif, you get art, you get the recurring color themes. What else do you get? Yeah. I have a third example that's on the tip of my tongue. You know, when you're in architecture, you get to like build multiple walls. They're exactly the same, right? That's like a lead motif. Yeah. Yeah. Make that a tagline. Something. Okay. Okay, let's go. Why on earth did I challenge myself for a change? She has a very sausage fingers this time. Oh well. There we go. Oh no. A girl in high school whose name was February, which would be Smith. Cool. I don't know the etymology behind that. Would the word be etymology? That's not the study of bugs, it's the study of words. I'm doing great at this. Okay. And... Okay. Etymology versus entomology. I know the difference. It's like a PR team on both sides that get really mad when people mix them up. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ah, that's cool. Currently working on a spec ever project and doing meticulous research on how size correlates to lifespan. That's really interesting. It's not the square meter rule. That's really cool. That's awesome. That's the thing, is that's the kind of like really heavy research I could never actually sit down and do. I feel like it would take days of my life if I could just commit to it full time, but maybe I'm just making excuses. Hey, bug science. No, but which one though? Entomology or etymology? Please educate the poor uneducated streamer. There we go, that looks cool. A little bit more interesting lighting there. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's the blue and the green. Don't ask me what else is similar looking in Fallout. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna get sued by Bethesda. Ooh, speaking of Fallout, I know I just said that I'm really looking forward to the season 2, but out of curiosity, how many viewers of you darling people have seen season 1? Retrofuturism. Oh, really? The finale is, it's good, but it's also, it serves as a cliffhanger for season 2. So if you manage to sort of just like leave off on it, I'd recommend doing so until season 2 comes out. Because that's the problem. I know why they do it. I know it's a good like practice. It makes people really want to watch the show. It ensures that you get a season 2. But oh, damn! It's the cliffhangers. It's always the cliffhangers. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? Good. And then here we go. Okay, that's not right. There. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. The etymology of entomology is from the Greek entomon for bug and logia for sound. Hey. It is 11:50. Retrofuturism is a very cool concept. It is a pity we didn't get all the things that the people of the past thought we'd have in the future. You know, except the robot uprising. What even am I doing with the shade? With the shadow? I'm getting too into that, and then the shadow, of course, because you've got that, and then it would only do that because then you'd still have that. And then you would have this to follow through into. Because that's the thing, you can make such interesting drawings when you do the shadows, right? And I never really get a proper chance to explore that. It's always very like you're focusing on a million other different things. So to be able to focus on lighting is actually quite the fun experience. But it means I've got to get past the it means I've got to get past the sketching stage, the refining stage, and then the inking stage and the color stage. So it's the part that I very rarely like. It's one of the parts I get to do the least, which is a pity because I do think I need a lot more experience with it. And that should tell you a bit about my work ethic as well. Oh, I barely ever get to finish an image. Okay, there we go, and we're good, and we're not, and no, we're not. Oh, really? Next season will have something to do with New Vegas? That's good. I mean, it is one of the more popular Fallout games. It's one I always wanted to play, but it's so many of like the games that came out like let's say before 2013. I just like I never played them because I was just a kid and I didn't have like access to any form of like PC or anything to play games on. And then after the fact, I couldn't handle the graphics. I'm a little bit of a graphics snob. I can't play something if it's got dated, like visually very dated graphics. And unfortunately, New Vegas is one of those games. So I never really got into it, which is such a pity because I think in a different world, it could have been like my #1 game. Like if I'd maybe gotten my hands on it before, you know, like way back in like I really liked Skyrim. So it's like if I could have gotten a hold of do you see what I mean? If I could have gotten a hold of New Vegas before Skyrim, New Vegas would have been the game for me. And yet. Oh, how we wish life were different. Okay. Yes, no, yes, maybe a little bit. I'll keep it for now. But you're on thin fucking ice. I'm mumbling again, sorry. Ooh, Morrowind? That was, again, it was a little bit before my time. Was Morrowind? Yeah, Morrowind was #3 in the series, right? Yeah, that was #3. No, yeah, that was way before. Although, didn't they have it on, like, phones? Am I getting mixed up with, like, a little tie-in game? Oh, does it? Crashes constantly? Oh, that's cool. At least we've got genetic engineering for plants and nothing else. Put the tinfoil hats away. Still, no. No, I like it before. Okay, no, I need to stop fiddling with it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And now we make it into a wonderful base layer. Then and put down the opacity, turn it into a darken, and there we go. It's much nicer now, doesn't it? It looks too dark on the top monitor. It looks fine in here. See, it looks okay. That looks much better on the top monitor. I don't know which one to trust. I'm gonna trust the tablet. And you can scream at me if you disagree. Yeah, Elder Scrolls lore is fascinating and so in-depth. It's great. They've got a lore master at Bethesda. Was like the first piece of trivia I learned about it. Yeah, it's and I think the stars even in there, like their stars aren't stars. They're I believe windows into like the afterlife that the gods see through. I forget, but it is. It's fascinating what they do. Then we take another layer and we take another base and we add a little bit more depth, and then I think we'll call it. Okay. Aren't you glad we left the original color palette? I never would have settled for it, but it's sad that I couldn't come up with anything better off the top of my head. If there is one flaw I have, that I overestimate my ability to draw things off the top of my head. Yeah, the stars are holes in the fabric of reality created by minor gods called Magnagi, escaping reality. The realm beyond is called there. See, you know your stuff. I am but a casual Elder Scrolls player. I did play a little bit of Elder Scrolls 4, the remake, Oblivion, and I did really like that. It was very cool seeing like where all the original memes came from, funnily enough. I don't like you. I don't like how you look. I don't like how you act. I don't like how you shade. Why are you doing this? This shirt's gonna be the death of me. Oh, Michael Levin. Yeah, the name rings a bell. Elder Scroll developer, I'm gonna take a guess. We will still remember Purple Tala. You know what? If you don't if you don't appreciate me at my Purple Tala, you don't deserve me at my whatever I make that is actually good. Oh wow, nice. Bioelectricity and astrology? That's really cool. I say like I can't say astrology like that and then pretend like I know what it sorry. I'm going too much into it. I'm doing too much. You don't need that much shading. I am keeping it all on this side. Sorry about that. Maybe I should just reframe the camera to keep it more center. Because clearly I cannot stop myself. That's something else that got backtracked. That would have been funny if it was kept all the way into the final though. Huh? No. Have we been playing too much of the one place? Mayhaps. But it's fine. For now, we're at the end. Okay. So, I think I'm cutting that entirely. Yep. No more of that. I'm struggling again. It's fine. Let's put you also in dark. No. We need to change you so you're not purple. Yeah, that looks good. Let me just... Told you this shirt's gonna be the death of me. Okay. Purple Tala is the... You can now play as Luigi. Not how is it? It's fine. Okay. What's the problem with... Where it is? No, that's not what I meant to do. There you go. There we go. Frame her a little bit nicer. I could still do some background stuff, but I do think we need to call it. She says as she does not call it. That's the problem. Just if I could just tweak it a little bit, you know? Okay, no, that's fine. I'm calling it. It's good. Okay. It took us a couple scares. A very small rainstorm and the entire meltdown of Photoshop. But we got our very tan purple Tala in a very lime green background. It still looks awful when I look at OBS. I have no clue if that's how you're seeing it. I hope it isn't. It looks fine on my end, I swear. To be continued, the last 3 steps. Oh, thanks. It's not bad for 3 hours. I will say that. Professionals could probably do it much better in 3 hours, but we will not think about that. Longest journey. Oh no, but we're. Thanks. I'm glad. It looks very nice. It does. It looks very 90s. It's not quite the jacket I was aiming for at the very start, but it was a jacket, and it was a fun color scheme. And I do really like the highlights in her eyes. That is the highlight for me. So, we'll call it. Not tonight, but tomorrow I'll put it up on the Patreon if anyone would like to download it for any reason. I don't know. But it'll be there if you'd like. Yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your night. Good night. Yeah. I have a secret. I am not. I am technically a professional, but it will take a very long time before I call myself a professional. No. Thanks, guys. You're all really cool. Thank you for sticking around for 3 hours, or even if you got here halfway through, that's still very cool. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I hope this is interesting enough for you guys to keep sort of like sticking around. Sticking around. I hope this is interesting enough for you guys to sort of just come back to weekly. I do worry that maybe just the drawing will get a little bit repetitive. But I mean, hey, if that's the that's the goal. If it works, it works. If you guys are happy, I'm happy. I'm very chill with whatever. I enjoy drawing. I picked it as a career. So yeah. Good night. Goodbye. See y'all later. Yeah. Thanks for procrastinating with me, everyone. Aw, you guys are way too cool. Thank you. Okay. And with that, I will say goodbye, good night, and have a fantastic time. Okay, bye-bye.